Okay, welcome everybody to another beautiful and wonderful day in the life of me. Oops, forgot to turn this off. Sorry. Welcome everybody to today. Today is let me double check everything. So today is Thursday, June 25th. The time is close to 7:30, I guess, give or take. Welcome. So this video is about, I guess, choosing stories again, I guess, but from the understanding that I'm gonna just give my assumption on what about me having it, I guess. So yeah, so this is what this video is about. If you guys don't know who I am, my name's Andrew. I'm a manifesting, not a coach or anything like that. If I am one, whatever, but as of right now, I'm just a dude who's practicing manifestation like you guys, trying to get your desires, and I'm currently testing things to get it. And the thing that I've been, I guess, thinking about now a lot more is, I guess, choosing your stories, and I guess about perception about, I guess, life and all kinds of other stuff, you know. Today's a beautiful fucking day. It's a really good temperature right now. I think it's like 65, or it's a really good temperature. It's very, very fresh right now, and there's not too many people walking around right now. There's one dude walking a dog. I came here walking. It took me about, like, I think 18 minutes to get here. I was setting up for a little bit, you know, and yeah, I guess let's get into the video. Okay, so I guess choosing your story and your perception. I watched a lot of videos on this, especially by the girl named Nabila that I've been talking about. I don't really know her real name or the surname, but that's her channel name. She's this really pretty hot girl that talks about choosing your story and preconception. Not preconception, perception. Like your perception of how you view your circumstances and stuff like that. She doesn't exactly she kind of says how to do it, but from what I understood from law of assumption, because she talks about law of assumption, is your assumption, you know, like literally what is your assumption? If you're doing the techniques knowing that they're not going to work, or saying they're not going to work, then what do you get? Your perception is just they're not going to work. So you're going to go to the next method and having the hope that it works, but I guess in the back of your mind, or some belief that you have, your story is that no matter what I do, I'm never going to get my desires. I'm not going to get nothing. Everybody else gets their desires except for me. That's I guess the perception that you have, and that the story that you're choosing. So how I understand choosing your story is simply, I guess, having a decision, making a decision, saying, nope, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. I'm going to have my desired life. Like, because I have plenty of examples of it before I knew law of assumption. I was living a very fulfilled life before I even knew about it. And as soon as I learned about law of assumption, my life literally went to, not the shit, but it's not like, it's a pretty boring life, you know. I guess I chose it because I like to stay home, you know. But when I didn't know about law of assumption, I just decided, okay, cool, I'm doing this and that's it. I'm going here and that's it. I'm doing this, cool, I'm getting this job and that's it. I'm getting this car, and then even though I didn't really get the car, whatever, it took me a long time to get a car, but still I got a car, you know. I'm going to be in this relationship, I'm in a relationship, you know. Like, it doesn't matter if my girlfriend leaves me, because another chick's going to come in and replace her immediately like that. Which, if you guys saw my video, I think yesterday or the day before, or whenever this video is posted, my last videos, you know, like, that was my assumption. Like, I didn't fucking care, you know. And now, like, I'm learning about all these fucking things. I studied picking up women, but I was worse. Like, I was already good at getting girls, you know, and when I learned about pickup, I got worse. And I go about going to clubs, which I did kind of become a promoter, you know. That's kind of like one of my main jobs that I did. I accidentally got into it when I was like 18 or 19 years old, when I was living in Vegas for a bit. But all those things, I just made a decision and I did it. I didn't think about how I was gonna get it. I fucking had no idea. I was like, I'm gonna do this and that's it. That's how I know that just choosing and doing your thing, like your story or your perception of things, that's how you get your desires. Because back then, I didn't fucking do affirmations at all, dude. At all. I didn't do fucking any affirmations. I didn't say I was enough. I didn't say I'll get $1 million. I didn't say any shit. Even though I had enough money to live on and to be comfortable. Because obviously back then, in the late 2000s, early 2010s, late 2000s, I had a job, you know. My rent was $500 a month. I had way more than enough. I was making way more of that, and like in my first week of work, I made that already. You know, I was getting paid more than everybody there at minimum wage or whatever. at the time I was like getting $8 or $9 or something. I don't know, it was a lot. And the minimum wage there like was $6 or $7 or something, like even less than that, you know, because like I transferred to another store when I was working at Fry's, and I didn't need a car. I was like, whatever, people are gonna drive me on, and that's exactly what happened. You know, I always had a ride somewhere. Somebody was always taking me, and I had no fucking idea. I was like, because people wanted to hang out with me, you know, even though a lot of bad stuff happened during that time, you know. But after that, like, I lived a pretty awesome life. I was living the dream life that I fucking wanted now, dude. Like, I was living with fucking, like, I was living in what do you call a model house, I guess, because I don't want to talk about my days as a promoter back in the days when, like, back in the early 2000s, like, all the stuff I was doing, I don't think I was legally able to do what I was doing, but I was doing it. Because even there's that too, dude. Like, I wasn't allowed to be in these clubs. You have to be 21 and over to get them. I was 19 years old. You know, like, literally all these fucking things I was doing, like being in strip clubs. I think you're 18 and over for strip clubs. But like most of the clubs I was at that served alcohol, I couldn't fucking be in them. But I was in them. You know, like, just everybody catered to me, man. Dude, my life was a million fucking times more eventful. I was fucking a lot of girls. Like, literally, I had so many fucking bitches, dude. I'm not even kidding, dude. And these girls, they fucking craved me, dude. Like, before I knew Wild Assumption, like, I had my dream life. You know, obviously I moved back in with my parents to like take care of them, you know, and like be with them and take care of them, you know. That was my decision, you know, because like I guess I got bored of the fucking life, you know, because I was living it for about a yearish, give or take, maybe a little bit longer, maybe less. I don't really remember how long it was. But dude, I didn't pay for nothing. Like, the money that I had all my games that I wanted to play, you know, because eventually like I quit working at Fry's, you know, because I was like, fuck it, like, I'll make him, like, even though the money, like I had money, but I was making more than Fry's, but like barely like enough, you know, like a little bit more. They made me like $300, $400, $500 more than I was doing there, because they would pay me in cash, you know. I wasn't getting a paycheck. They gave me cash. Everything was under the table, dude. Everything, I think, because I don't think what they were doing was illegal. Me working for them was illegal, you know, I think. So that's why I think they paid me at their table, and all the everybody knew me, dude. At the fucking clubs, I went to, in Omnia, I think there was One Oak, what else? What are fucking clubs in Vegas? I'll be at Little Darlings all the fucking time. I'd be at fucking Spearmint Rhino. What's that fucking place? Fuck, I fucking forget, dude. Like, whatever strip clubs I was there, like the biggest strip club in the world, forget. I think is it Spearmint? No, it's not Spearmint Rhino. The biggest strip club in the world, fuck, I forgot the name of it. But I'm sure you guys are knowing what the name of the biggest strip club. I was there fucking every night, dude. Like, every fucking night, almost. If not that I was at my house, living in a fucking mansion, like a mini mansion with my own fucking room, with hot fucking bitches every fucking time going to my room and fucking me, dude. Like, literally just having sex with me every fucking day, because they couldn't go anywhere else, dude. They had no one else to have sex with. They weren't allowed to, you know? Like, and I was truly living the fucking life, dude, because these girls, if they left, then they would lose their fucking place to live, dude. Like, they would literally lose their fucking place to live. And I was the only person I was one of the only dudes there, you know? Like, they fucking, I don't know, like, I truly have no fucking idea how I got this fucking job that I had. You know, I was just some dude just promoting on the side to make a little extra money, you know? Because, like, every night I'd get off, like, at 9 or 10, I'd close, and I just go down the fucking strip in my fucking uniform, dude, and just go to the strip club. And I was like, hey, man, like, how much do these people make giving out these fucking little, because they would give out, like, I guess these cards or something as little stickers or whatever of a company, I guess, to call for, I guess, basically escorting, you know, which is what it was, but it really wasn't, you know. It was just companionship. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I was handing out these cards, and then eventually I was promoting for strip clubs. Like, hey, man, I want to come inside. The drinks are free right now, you know, like for the first 2 drinks, and then whatever they fucking told me to say to get them inside, I would get them inside, you know. But obviously you have to pay the entry fee or whatever, and I get them in, and then, like, I always got, because everyone's like, fuck it, everybody's drunk, so I was pretty good at it, you know. And then 2, I was really good at talking to girls and shit, like back then, because this is my job, you know. It's like, hey, you want to, because they would tell me, like, hey, get some girls to go to the club. I'm like, sure, whatever. And I find like a group of girls, I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Hey, you want to go to this club? Free drinks and shit. And nobody would ever say no to that shit, dude. I'm like, hey, man, just want to go, like, whatever. Like, hell yeah, because I had a baby face. I was like a kid. And then they would ask me sometimes, are you old enough to go inside? I'm like, well, obviously, you know, like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I was just like, yeah, obviously, that's what's on inviting you. You know, it's not for me, you know, it's not my club. I'm just letting you in, you know, if you want to go, I'll be there, I guess. I don't know. Like, I would just say all this stuff because I didn't fucking care, dude. Like, okay, cool. And not one single girl ever told me no, ever, dude. Every single girl told me yes. There wasn't any hesitation, none of it, dude. I got yeses every fucking time. Because, like, hey, you want to come? Because I didn't fucking care. I'm like, yeah, like, we're going right now. You don't want to come? You know, I'm like, we're going to this fucking club. You want to meet us there or whatever? Like, yeah, well, okay, cool. And they always went with me, dude. They always were like, fuck it. And all these girls, they would get free drinks and shit, and they'd do all these fucking things, you know. It was just an awesome fucking thing that I would do. Like, literally, that was my fucking life. Like, I was living the best fucking life ever, dude. And I was told if I would have stayed there, I would have got, like, I think, be paid, like, $500,000 to be, I guess it was a VIP host or VIP manager or whatever the fuck that shit's called. You know, like, literally, like, I don't know what the fuck they fucking called those people, but I would be making that much money if I would have stayed, you know. But I chose to fucking to take care of my family, you know. That's what I decided to do. I decided to take care of my family, and you know, obviously I don't regret it, you know. I don't regret it at all. I don't regret it at all whatsoever. But it was a really fun life that I was living back in Vegas, you know. It was a very fun life, man. I fucking loved it, dude. But the life I was living back then, obviously I'm not living it right now, you know. I'm not living in a mini mansion. I'm not surrounded by fucking hot bitches, you know. I'm not doing this stuff anymore, you know. Like, but I'm okay with that, you know, because I guess that was my life back then, you know. Like, I was okay with it. I learned a lot of fucking shit, though, about girls and about life. That's why I never believe girls about a bunch of shit, dude. Like, I don't believe anything they fucking say, you know. Like, honestly, because obviously I never say it, you know, because bitches are fucking, like, they're crazy, dude, most of the time. Like, I never judge a book by its cover, no matter how hot she is. Like, the hotter she is, the crazier she is usually, you know. But I guess that's my assumption, my preconception, at least back then, you know. And now, for me, it just, like, this is where stories comes in. This is where I'm just telling you guys the story that I just fucking said is what my story and my preconception of life was, you know. Because I got a lot more, I was living a lot more fulfilled life, a happy fucking life, than I was now. Than I am at this fucking moment. I'm not with anybody. I'm fucking living at home. I don't have a fucking job. Like, I don't have any privacy currently, you know. Like, my mom, like, I don't know, like, because like I said, like, all these fucking things that I don't have now is because of, I believe in all of a sudden. That's exactly why I literally, you could say I fucked up my life, you know, but I still have a pretty good life. Because it's not fucking terrible, you know. It's just not as fulfilling as it was as when I was younger, like when I was 19 or 18 years old, you know. Now that I believe in it, it's a million times fucking worse than it was, dude. I have no fucking bitches. I'm not having sex. I'm not doing nothing, dude. I'm literally not doing anything with anybody. I'm not in my own room. I don't have my own room, dude. Back then I had my own room in both my fucking places. Even though I was living in a studio apartment, I was by myself, had everything I needed. Had my fucking games, I'd work, I'd come home, like I was practicing martial arts, I was getting way more into shape, you know. Like, I had an amazing life. I'd go to parties all the fucking time. Like, I was fucking bitches, dude. I was literally fucking bitches. And I wasn't even trying, dude. I would just show up and girls would just be, I never, like, my entire life ever having a girlfriend or being with girls, I never once tried ever my entire life to get them, to be with them, ever. Like, at all whatsoever. I didn't try anything. Like, at all, dude. Like, my life was fucking good, dude. This is before law of assumption, I'm telling you guys, before. And now, like, it's a lot worse, you know, because I'm on these all these fucking affirmations, all these fucking things that that to me don't fucking work, that didn't work for me, you know. And back then I didn't do anything, dude. Like, I literally didn't do a fucking thing to get the things that I had. Like, at all, dude. At all. Okay, so you're here to, I guess, talk about how to change your story and how to do that. I guess it's just that. Exactly that. Just what you view, whatever your view is, you can fucking change it. Like, you can literally change your fucking view on fucking life, man. Like, you can change it. If you assume everything doesn't work out in your favor, just assume everything does work in your favor. And then just any other thing, I guess, that you say, just assume that it does. Like, oh yeah, like, I got a free cup of coffee or whatever. Like, everything works out for me. But, like, truly, I guess, understand and feel how it feels to have it, I guess. You know? Because don't be just saying shit like, I mean, don't just be saying it to say, because that's why affirmations don't work, you know. If your perception, if you don't believe that affirmations work, then they don't. If you believe that scripting works, then it works. Like, everything that, like, it's what you assume. That's why it's called law of assumption. So everything you assume, if you assume it works, it works. That's why for some people affirmations work, and for people others don't. That's why scripting works for some people don't. That's why there's all these different methods. You know, it's essentially like how. It's like, does it matter what you do? Because you could just count to 10, just count to 10 or whatever, and just fucking, and it works. Or just sing a song or something. I don't know, whatever you do to feel and to work, to get it work, it works. Like, it doesn't matter what method you use to fucking get your desires at all. Like, it doesn't matter at all. Like, if saying an affirmation 10,000 times to get it for you, then cool, do it. But that you have to assume it works. You know, that's why there's the lady who did the 10,000 affirmation challenge every day. Like, she did, I heard about this on Reddit or whatever. Some guru talked about it, you know, some manifestation guru talked about it and just said, like, well, he talked about it and said he saw it on Reddit that a lady, she did it scientifically. She did it every fucking day for 10,000 times, dude, a whole month, dude. It's fucking exhausting, dude. So it's essentially 300,000 affirmations every fucking day. And her life got worse, a million times worse. I guess her assumption was that it didn't work, you know. She's gonna, I'm gonna prove that this fucking doesn't work. And she proved it. She did it scientifically every fucking day, you know. Like, dude, that's way too much, dude. But there are people that said, yep, this worked for me. It's because their perception, you know, like, they said, I needed to do this, I get this reward, and they get it. But there are people that don't do anything and they have their fucking desire. Look at Elon Musk, dude. What do you have to do in order to get to Elon Musk's level, dude? Like, he's the first fucking trillionaire ever fucking to be made. The first self-made trillionaire. Understand that. Do you think that it would ever happen? You couldn't possibly do it if you worked your entire life. Like, even if you worked like a minimum wage job, like it's $20 now, I guess, whatever, I guess. But imagine doing that. You would never get to $1 trillion, dude. And he's that, like, he fucking shits. He shits gold, dude. He sneezes, he makes $1 million. He makes $1 billion, dude. His stocks go up, dude. Like all this fucking shit, like all these fucking things, dude. It just like, how you get your desire is your assumption. Literally, it's your assumption. So it's called law of assumption. So what is your assumption? Like, what is your fucking assumption? I'm honestly asking, like, do you believe that techniques work? Do you believe if you do this one technique, it'll get you your desire? Do you believe if you, like, do this chanting spell or this fucking chakra thing, or you align your chakras, or the whatever the fucking shit that people talk about, the moons align, you'll get it? Because there are people that believe it and they get the desires. That's why they say it works, you know, to them, you know? Because if it wasn't true, then people wouldn't be getting the results, you know? It's their assumption and the preconception of the fucking desires. Like, if this works for them, they can work for me. That's why not one method really works for it, because it's not one size fits all, you know. It's just, I guess that's why Neville Goddard talks about believing, you know. Like, I have, like, here, I'll read it, I guess, or whatever, because I have it in here. You know, I like saying these things. It says, that's why he says, that's why he talks about the Bible. When you pray, believe that you have received it, it will be given to you. That's very true. And it's the frequency, not the length of time, that makes it natural. Frequent opposite of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the secret of success. You know? Like, all these fucking things, dude. Like, you have to understand that, because the law of assumption, you can never turn off. Never. If it's a law, you know, like the law of God, like the law of gravity, you know? You can't turn off fucking gravity. You can't just stop believing in gravity and it stops. You could say a million fucking times that gravity isn't real, and it doesn't fucking matter, because it's the law. Literally, it's the law. So the law of assumption is essentially, I guess, a god or whatever, your higher self or fucking whatever, you know, like all these fucking things, dude. He doesn't fucking care. He doesn't care about me. Yeah. So your fucking assumption about life, dude. Like, right now, I see some dude walking, you know, and I just had a negative thought, you know. Now, why did I have a negative thought? Like, it just appeared in my head. Now, for me, I'm just gonna assume, like, because it doesn't fucking matter, dude. Like, that dude, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, man, but it doesn't matter, you know. Like, that dude's leave me alone, do nothing. And if anything, like, I'm good, dude. I'm good. I can for sure perfectly defend myself, man. If anything, you know, I'm good, dude. Like, I'm not worried about it. Like, the negative thoughts that we have, you know, it's from our assumptions, you know. Like, I'm good, dude. I'm fucking good. Like, I'm good. I'm not worried about anything. I'm chilling. Like, the negative thoughts that we have are just our preconceived notions, dude, that we have, that we've lived through life, through our experiences, you know? Like, understand from where you're coming from, where your life is, you know? Like, what do you want to do? You know? What the fuck do you want to do with your life? Do you want to be in fear every fucking day? Do you want to not live your life properly? What do you want to do? Honestly, what the fuck do you want to do, dude? What kind of life do you want to live, man? Do you want to live a life of abundance, or do you want to live a life of poverty? Like, if you say money's hard, then it's hard. Like, what you choose to do with your life, like everything that you fucking choose is a decision that you're doing, because you could change your story, you could change your perception of anything, because everything's happening right now, every fucking thing. Like, time, like, you can't pick a time or whatever. Like, you can't go back to, if you're re-experiencing something, you're experiencing it in the moment. That's why you always get negative results. If you keep on fighting with your SP or whatever, your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend or whatever, every time you think of them, then all you're doing is reliving that moment, and you're gonna get that moment back. So I guess how to essentially change your story is to just talk about, I guess essentially, talking to yourself. I guess that's what this lady says. You know, like, just talk to yourself. I guess essentially, you know, like, do what you got to do. I guess when it comes to like what, because we're all not meant to live this life this way. You know, we're not meant to live a life of misery. You're choosing to live a life of misery. You know, so for me, I'm choosing just to be abundant. Like, I'm assuming that I have everything, because the law of assumption, like, it has to prove you right. You know, it has to prove you right. It's the law. So it doesn't matter what fucking thing you say a million times. That's why the Neville Goddard's, I guess his ladder experiment, that if you fall asleep in SATs, it doesn't matter how many times you fucking say it, you're gonna climb a ladder. You know, essentially. I guess the knot technique, but it's not really knot. It's just like I guess essentially it's what you believe. Like, because your thought is, I'm gonna climb a ladder, you know, no matter what. Because that's the thought that's the back of your head. You know, like, nope, I'm not gonna climb a ladder, but I am. But you're thinking about a ladder. You're putting your energy towards not climbing a ladder. And essentially you climb a ladder because you're putting your mind on it. You know, it's like you have negative experiences. You focus on the negative, then all you're gonna think is the negative, you know? That's why even if you're saying it's a positive thought or whatever here and there, you know, like, because for my life experiences that I lived, you know, like, my life, I lived a life of, I guess, just a life of leisure, I guess you could say, because I did whatever I wanted every fucking day. Like, I never did anything that anybody wanted to say. Like, if somebody told me to do something, I didn't really do it. Well, it's not really that. I just chose not to. Like, nobody ever told me what to do, really, you know? Nobody ever said, you have to fucking do this or you're not going to get in life. I don't know, man. Like, I went to college. Like I said, I wanted to be a photographer. I went to college and I did it. I just did it. I just went and I did it. And I was photographing models, like hot, beautiful women. You know, I was having sex with them, you know? Like, I was doing all these fucking things. Like, I got a girlfriend immediately, dude. And when she left me, I was having sex all the time, every fucking day, dude. That's what I wanted to do every fucking day. You know, if you want to do that, you can, dude. Like, but I changed. Like, dude, I remember when I stopped talking about that stuff. Stopped talking about one-half sex, and I just stopped. I stopped, literally, because it happened immediately, dude. It's not that hard, you know. I was like, okay, it's done. I was like, I'm not gonna have sex with any girls anymore, you know, because of all these negative thoughts of everybody being a fucking slut, everybody having diseases, everybody betraying me, all these allegations or whatever, you know. So it didn't fucking matter. That's why I stayed away from women so much, because of my fear, you know. My fear of getting accused of something that I never did, you know? Because there's all these stories that we see in the fucking news where a dude gets accused of rape, you know, grape or whatever, you know, and his life's ruined, you know? And it's not even true. It's proven incorrect, and it doesn't matter, you know? That's what stopped me from, I think that's one of the main reasons why I stopped trying to go outside and be with anybody. Because just if a girl feels like it, she can just do it to me, you know? That was my biggest fear. But now, like, I don't fucking care, because that's not gonna happen to me, dude. It's never gonna happen to me. Nobody, like, I'm not gonna put my fucking energy towards that. You know, like, my energy is going towards a life of abundance and me being happy. And everybody around me is happy, dude. So why would they do that? People who are fucking depressed, people who are angry, you know, people who don't like their fucking life, they want to just make other people miserable, they're happy. But everybody that's around me is fucking happy. My mom's happy, my dad's happy, my sister's happy. Like, every person around me is happy. That's my assumption that I have. So that's why it's never gonna happen to me, because why would a happy person do that? Somebody who's happy doesn't go out of their way to ruin somebody's life. They don't. People who are miserable and angry and sad and fucking hate men or hate life or whatever, they're that type of people. And all those people, they're like 1,000 miles away from me, anywhere in any direction, you know? Like, that's what my perception is. That's what my assumption is. You know, that's why I know it's not gonna happen. Because it's not, it just never did. And it never happened to me ever, you know? I never got accused of anything, you know? Like, it's crazy. Like, but yeah, so that's essentially what you need to do to, I guess, essentially change your story, you know? It's just, literally just that. It's just that. And then just keep on saying it every time you see something. Like, you see something that I guess, doesn't reflect it, just say, yep, everything works in my favor. That's it. Everything works in my favor. That's it. Just say that. Everything works in my favor. That's it. That's literally all you have to say. And then just imagine how it would, work in your favor, If something bad happened, like say you fell and trip, just say, oh, I fell and trip and I found $100. That's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. That's what you do when you assume everything happens, That's exactly what you assume. So fucking dude walked over here and then he walked back. He saw me filming. I don't know, but he probably wanted to do some drugs or something. See, that's my assumption, Yeah, see? Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know, man. Because I guess you don't want to be on film, But see, I just had the assumption already immediately, dude. I didn't even think about it, Just a fucking dude. It's like, nope, I want to do drugs, but I can't now because this dude's here filming, recording. I don't want to get filmed or even get shot. It's funny. Yeah. So you see, that's my assumption too. Like, that's the thought that popped in my head. Isn't that fucking crazy? It's fucking crazy, dude. Like, because our thoughts, they don't come from us. They come from other. I don't know where the fuck they come from. The world, I guess. Other people. I don't know. Or maybe it's not from other people because it's just the thoughts we have. It's our assumption and then the preconceptions. So yeah, so the stuff that we assume, that we get, like we assume that we have it, just assume that you have your desires, Like, I don't know how long it'll take for you guys, because this is maybe the third or fourth day of me getting my assumptions, because I've gotten desires before, and like I wrote them down and just assumed I had it, like, I guess too, like, I just don't really, I don't know, man, like, just, because I'm running things, because if you, so right now what I'm doing is every technique that I do works. I just assume that it works. That's it. That's what I'm doing. Like, SATs work for me, like affirmations work for me. Scripting works for me. I'm just assuming that does, dude, because it works. If your assumption because Nabila talks about if your assumption that all these things work, it's not the techniques that work. It's your assumption that it works. That's where it stems down from. Like, it's like what's a funnel? I don't know. A funnel, like a pyramid. I don't know. I say it, but if you go from the very top, there's God, and then obviously the law of God, I guess, is assumptions or whatever, and underneath that is techniques, and underneath that is what you do, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to kind of explain it, but essentially it's like your assumption, because all assumption is that if you assume this technique works, then when you do it, it's gonna work, correct? So your pre-assumption is this technique that I do. So the example, affirmations. If I do affirmations for 10 minutes every morning, I'm gonna get my desire. Now, how long is it gonna take? That's up to you, obviously, because I never really put a time limit on how many times I have to do this. So for me, I'm just imagining that I get it right away, right now, right this second. I have it already, because that's what I guess God or Neville Goddard talks about. I'm a house of many mansions. If I haven't told you, it wouldn't have been so, or something like that. Forget it. But the many mansions thing is just every conceivable reality, and every reality exists. So we're always selecting different realities. I guess Nabila says you're creating your reality. To me, I don't know. It just sounds weird. You're selecting reality. You're selecting the reality that you have your desires. Because that's what, I guess, I don't know. But she has her desires. Like, it kind of doesn't really matter how you word it. But it's just selecting your desire. So you're selecting the reality, I guess, essentially, that you have $1 million or that you're financially successful. And how does that look like for you? Because there are a lot of people who look like bums or who look like anything, and they're fucking rich as fuck, dude. They don't fucking care. There are people who look like they're rich but they're not. Like, so what does that look like for you? Essentially. So, I guess because I'm just assuming that because it works. Because obviously my assumptions led me to where I'm at right now, to my life. Where I'm living by myself. Well, not by myself, but living with my mom and my dad in a fucking one-bedroom apartment, My assumptions brought me there, My assumptions, my perception of life, got me to where I'm at, Because before I even believed the law of assumption, I was living the best life ever. There are people who would kill for my life, dude. Living with a mini mansion full of hot bitches, dude. Like, literally, and all they do is have sex with you every fucking day. Like, most of them more than a day. Like, dude, I would have to tell girls I can't have sex anymore. I've had too much sex, dude. Have you ever said that ever in your entire life, dude? I would say that all fucking time to girls. I'm like, dude, I can't do it anymore. I can't have sex anymore. I literally can't. I would tell them, dude, like, I'll finger you, whatever, I'll do other, but I can't. I literally can't. My penis can't. I can't take it anymore, That's how much sex I was having. Like, I guess I understand that. I guess can't fathom that, dude. Like, having to deny girls, no. Like, telling them no, dude. because you've had it way too much. Isn't that crazy? That is fucking insane, dude. That is fucking insane. Like, you have to think about it, dude. Like your life that you choose, that you have, you know? It's crazy. So just assume that you have the life you want. Because if everything you're doing is not working, and your assumption is that it doesn't work, then there you are, you know? Just go through back in your life and just see, like, what are you doing? Like, what are your assumptions? Like, what do you assume? Like, write down, I guess essentially write down what your assumption is about money. Like, legitly, what's the first thought that pops in your head, and write it down. You know, for me, it's just abundance. You know, I had like a little negative thought about, I switched to abundance. I'm like, yep, abundance. Money comes easy. Like, literally, I'm being honest with you guys. Like, you guys have to do this, write it down, you know? Like, what do you, like, what is your assumption about life? Like, just the first thought pops in your head, write it down. Like, because it's easy to say that life is fucking awesome, but if you really don't believe it, like, then that's your assumption. If life is hard, then it is for you. But if life is easy, if that's what your assumption is, because that's all you need to do is just change your assumption. Like, change your story. Like, write down, and then I guess just see how would it be like if you had your dream life, you know? Like, essentially be like, hey man, like, to yourself, like talking to yourself. So if I had this life, how would I feel? And then just trying to just assume it, like changing your assumptions, I guess, because you could change your story like that, I guess, essentially, you know? Okay, so I finished what I was saying about assumptions, I guess, because the people behind me were playing some music that obviously gonna copyright strike me. So yeah, whenever I edit the video to where I cut it off, because I don't fucking know, just there's that. Okay, so I've never done this before, walking and talking, so we're gonna try this out because I can't film over there anymore. I just want to go home and edit, so we're gonna do that. Okay, so we are going to assumptions. So assumptions that we have. So assumptions. Fucking people. Okay. So assumptions that we have, you know. So assumptions are what create our reality and a perception. It's called law of assumption, correct? So our assumption, if your assumption is that nothing works out for me, then it doesn't matter how many fucking affirmations you do or anything that you say. Like, it doesn't matter until you change your assumption. Then it's gonna keep on being the case. So just change your assumption about that. But literally, I think that's essentially, I guess, how simple it is. I guess why people say that manifestation is simple. It is easy because your assumption is what dictates your reality, you know? Your perception about life. Like, that's all it is. That's how you change your reality. That's how you change your assumptions. I mean, until you change your assumption about stuff, it doesn't matter, you know? It really doesn't. Because you could do all the affirmations you want, man. If your assumption is nothing fucking works for me, ever, then that's all you're gonna get. That's literally it. That's it, dude. So what we have to do is change it. Change it to that my assumption is everything always works for me. Doesn't matter what method I use, it works. You know? Essentially, a method is just something that gets you your desire. You know? Your desire about life. Desire about things. You know? If you assume it works, it works. If you assume it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I guess that's how simple it is, you know? I never really walked and talked before, so you might hear me breathing heavily. But yep, I think that's literally it. You have to change it, and how you change it is by seeing a different story, I guess, that you have, you know? Just seeing that's possible, I guess, and then changing it, you know? Change it to everything always works for me. I always get my desires. I get everything that I want. Your assumption dictates your reality. Okay, so yeah, it's really that fucking simple. I guess that's why people say that it's simple. So this is the understanding that I have, because my assumption, I guess it doesn't work for me, or it does work, or I don't know whatever my assumption was that I had was stopping me from getting my desires. Like literally, I don't know what it was really, but so I would sometimes get my desires, sometimes I would, you know. I guess maybe it was assumption takes time. So I don't know, man. I don't know what my assumption was, but I'm currently changing right now. So what I'm doing is just obviously watching videos, taking notes, you know, doing things differently, just assuming that everything works in my favor, you know, because I think that's probably where great things change, you know, because it's crazy how a lot of people who are doing the things that I'm doing, they're struggling with the same things, you know. So it must be their assumptions, because it doesn't make any sense. How could some people do this technique and get the result, and others do it and don't get the result? It comes down to assumptions, I guess. Just learning how to just believe everything works in your favor. Because that's what I've been thinking, I guess, or saying. And then I guess according to Nabila, it has to, your assumption has to show. So, because we lived all our lives with the assumption, with our assumptions, I guess, whatever that may be. So just change it. By changing it is by, I guess, writing down what your beliefs are, and then choosing the opposite and saying, and just seeing it, I guess, proving it to yourself that it's true, I guess, essentially. I guess you have to prove it to yourself that you get your desires, you know? Prove it to yourself. Just fucking prove it. That's it. That's it. However long that takes, it's up to you guys, I guess. Which is, I guess, from what I'm understanding of a law of assumption, is just, I guess, having conversations with yourself and stop having negative ones, I guess, with your partners or whatever, yourself, and just having good ones, and then slowly change your perception or your story that you have, you know, changing it to something that favors you. Like everything works out for me no matter what, you know. Just keep on saying it, keep on proving it to yourself even if you don't see it, you know. Like if something that you see, you know, doesn't favor you, then change it in your mind, I guess, that it does work, you know. Change it in your mind that you have your desire, you know. So an example of this would be, if you're trying to change your SP, I guess, or your person, you're not, you know, with them anymore. Just tell them that I'm with them right now. We're always together, I guess. We're always together doing stuff. They love me unconditionally. And then don't contradict it. And just, if you see something opposite, just change it. Like, nope. Imagine what they're doing the opposite of it. So if they're ignoring you, they're replying to you, or they're cuddling with you, or they're hugging you, you know, all this stuff, just do that. Just literally do that. It's all that you got to do to change your assumptions, you know.
Exercise ring closed.
Okay. Oh man, talking really hurts. Okay, so my assumption is that I'm currently changing right now is I always get what I want. So it doesn't matter how or whatever. The world changes for me. The world does everything in my favor, you know? That is what it is. Exactly what it is. There's a lot of people that are parking right now in their cars. So yeah, just literally do that, man. Change your story. Just prove it to yourself that you can have it. It may be hard, make it through it. For me, it's pretty easy right now. Now that I've learned truly what law assumption is, at least I assume it is. You know, it's your assumption. Literally, that's the name of the fucking game, dude. It's changing your assumption. That's it. That's literally it. And then change your story, and then that's how it changes your story, you know? So it doesn't really matter how many fucking affirmations you do, or how many coaching things that you fucking do, or pay, because it's not the effort that you do. That's why effort doesn't get you it, you know? Sometimes maybe, but not consistently, because if your assumption is that effort gets me something, then that's how it works, you know? But that's not always the case for everybody, you know? Like, go through experiences, study, like, do what you gotta do to change your assumption. Whatever you need to do to change it. Whatever the fuck you need to do. I guess that's essentially it, I guess. How you change your assumption, man. So, in conclusion, do what you gotta do to change your belief about your assumptions. Write down what you need. Like, literally be truthful with yourself. Do you truly believe deep down in your heart or in your mind or whatever? Because if you have a negative thought in the back of your mind, then your assumption hasn't changed. If in the back of your mind, because I have this too, it's a good indicator that if it's really, really low and you barely hear it, but you understand what it is, because sometimes I don't understand it, but I know what it means, you know? Like, you really have to, like, change it. Oh my God. So that's literally what it is, man. Because at least that's what I suggest you guys do. Because if that's all it takes to get all your things is your assumptions, because it's literally law of assumption, dude. Whether your assumption about this thing, then I think that's it. That's all you gotta do. And then everything after, you get it, you know? If you like doing techniques, then do them. But do them from the assumption that it works. For me, I just do something a little bit and I get it. Because like I was saying in the video, when I had my dream life, essentially, I didn't believe in law of assumption at all whatsoever, dude. My thought process was, I do this, I get it. That's it. I do this and I get it. So yes, hopefully that helps you guys understand it, I guess. If you guys want me to deep dive more into this subject, please let me know. Now the video is done. Please like, comment, subscribe to the video. Thank you. Peace.